Right. I'm not gonna keep that going. That's kind of gave me kind of creepy vibe. All right, socially awkward with Evan Wecksell. I'm not in my natural environment, but it's okay because I'm going to bring in someone who is, and I don't exactly know how I know them, and that's the best part. Okay, he's here. We've scheduled Kevin O'Neill. Boom, here we are all zoomed in, so it doesn't look like we're out of ratio.
Oh,
But
okay.
either way, it's fine. Okay, first let's get you're Theta Chi
Yes. Yes, I am.
from
So,
Omaha.
yep, Omaha.
Did we ever meet?
No, so you came to the campus literally the year after I left to go to graduate school.
No way.
Yeah.
I did go one year. It was great.
Uh-huh.
I think it was during the day. It was a noon show.
Yep.
And did you know there was someone named Nick Smith?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He brought me in. He made it happen. He campaigned hard, I think. Sometimes you're brought in for a show and you can tell like the person wanted you there so much that it like inconvenienced the people that are the actual decision makers. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that Nick did that. I was on
Well,
the phone with him live when Barry Bonds hit his like 72nd
oh,
or 73rd home run. So that was
oh
cool.
wait, so you would have been there before I came in then. Okay, I thought you came the year after. So you might have been there the year before.
I'll look it up. Let's look it up.
But yeah, so Nick, he was notorious back in the day because he always swore the BlackBerry would beat everything.
Yeah.
So he would like go up and hit on women. He'd be like, I got a BlackBerry. Let's have sex was kind of the big thing.
Right. Now, did you see the movie Blackberry?
No.
Oh, it's good.
Fish. Is that similar?
You said what catfish?
Blackfish.
Oh, that's I know. No. No. Blackberry, like it basically is the dramatization of what happened to BlackBerry. They blew up and then they
Just
kind of
disappeared.
technology passed them by, but they had a good share. Yeah. So here's my date. University of Nebraska, Omaha. October 24th, 2011.
Oh, that would have been 2011. Yeah, that was literally the year after I left for vet school.
Okay. Good.
Actually, that time I would have actually been in Buffalo, New York for a scientific conference. That I just know because it was, yeah, I had family members all over the place and they were telling me things that were going on. And I was like, I can't get there.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. It was good. So we've never spoken, but we know of each other. I've never like harassed you to like come to the campus years before, Nick. Like we've never been in contact. Somehow we just friended up somehow.
Oh yeah.
That's best. That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
I mean,
try to get to know people.
Yeah, I mean, how else? When Facebook started, I just added everyone I could named Evan. That was really my thing.
I've just been trying to avoid adding family members at times. My dad was number 10 of 17. So I have a very large family and I have some very colorful family members.
I have more people with the last name Wecksell, who's my Facebook friend from Sweden, unrelated, than my actual family members.
Well, tell me you've gotten to Sweden at least.
Never, but I know where to go now. I know one of them is like a famous video game player.
Okay.
And I went, like one of my first 10 episodes, I like went Wecksell by Wecksell down each one, be like, because I found like two sects of them in two little groups in like I think it's Avesta, Sweden. I don't even know. Yeah, the guy has his own video game store. So, but I've never been in touch with this famous Jesper Wecksell guy who's very famous. I try to whenever he posts on social media, I'm just like Wecksell, and that's it. But
no, when I was an undergrad, I was like the only undergrad at UNO that got to go international for research. So I actually go to Norway for almost a month, and I got to meet a whole bunch of people from Sweden. So I was like, I got to come back. Except for when they really get going talking to each other, sometimes they really sound like a chef.
That's the way it ought to be. Oh, what is it based on? I guess it was just a character based on reality.
Yeah, well, usually the best ones are.
Yeah. So you grew up in Nebraska?
Yep, I'm originally from Omaha. So I graduated from UNO with a bachelor's in biology. Okay. Then I went to Iowa State where I got my master's in immunobiology, and then I did my DVM. So I'm a veterinarian. And then if I wanted to go out and pay a couple $1,000s, I could finish my thesis to get my PhD in veterinary microbiology.
Okay.
So I'm a big nerd, which is problematic.
Nice. what's your favorite nerd culture like interests?
Ooh, that's hard.
Yeah.
So like I'm, obviously big into video games. I haven't
Okay.
taken. If you wanted to go on a tour, I could show you the modded out cocktail cabinet I built in my basement.
What
But also
what
like
are the games like over the years for you?
the games for the years.
Yeah, over the years, like what have
Oh,
been like your canon moments of video games? Like, are there?
so I would say, always Zelda. Like I don't know if you played
Yeah,
Tears of the Kingdom, but I would argue that's probably as close to as perfect a game as you could get.
yeah.
Uh, but then, so obviously the Fallout series is great.
Okay.
Final Fantasy. I remember me and my older sister fighting over who could play that on the original Nintendo when I was really little. And
Yeah.
she was bigger than I was at that time. So she was always like, no, it's mine.
So
So
Nintendo's like Zelda was your biggest thing on Nintendo?
yeah, that was really kind of the one I went to, except for I've also gotten real heavy into Monster Hunter. I don't know if you've ever played
Okay.
that.
No.
Oh, it's great, except for you have to actually have friends to play with. So like so like my best friends, like guy was the best man in my wedding, and then another friend who I have to be the best man in his wedding
Yeah.
because the girl that he was with that cheated on him came up and said hi to me at UNO's campus, and I farted on her. And I told him
Uh-oh.
he's required to have me be his best man after that. So like we get together, we'll like go on a Discord channel and chat and make jokes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then things like your call outs when you do certain things. So like I like to make mine do like Rick and Morty things. So
Okay.
that playing with someone I don't know, they're like, show me what you got. What the heck? Or that move on. Yeah. That move like nugget sauce or
Nice. I was more of a Nintendo Tecmo Bowl. I think that was my Tecmo Super Bowl. I could play like 1990 Giants, Lawrence Taylor, like to no end. Yeah.
that's still a classic. So
Yeah. Okay. Then from there, did you go into like, was it Sega Genesis? Was it Neo Geo? Just
wow.
Xbox?
Geo, wow.
Why not?
So
Really?
obviously went from Nintendo to Super Nintendo. And
Right.
then Nintendo, I separated off from going the N64, then I went to the PlayStation.
Okay.
And then stuck with PlayStation up until the Wii. And then,
Right.
well, don't get me wrong, the GameCube and everything else were great. And then
Right.
I had, Game Boys on top of it. So I had the
Yeah.
portable units. But then
Yeah.
I like had a PSP, like one of the original ones.
Mhm.
So obviously, I don't know. I can really claim myself as a huge gamer though, because I don't have like a nice gaming PC. So
Right. You're not streaming on Twitch and like talking smack to like 12-year-olds, are you?
well, not playing games, but
Right.
they know.
That's good. Good. So that's very fun. Now what about phone? Are there like good phone games out there right now that people should be playing? Because I
Oh,
see lots of ads. I play mainly Wheel of Fortune. I've played
oh,
other games, but the ads I get on Wheel of Fortune are for the most like annoying games for me.
oh my god, I can't think of the name of it.
Or the ads are unrealistic to what I was expecting when I tried to download the game.
Oh, I can't think of the name of it. There's this one. Oh
Is it Royal Match?
no. So
Yeah.
you're a weird kind of cartoon guy, and you have to crush jewels in a certain order. But there's
Right.
you have to get to the jewels, but you have to crush these like little weird things, and it's animated hilariously.
Yep.
Oh my god, I can't think of the name of it. Oh, it's on the Apple Store.
Yeah. Okay.
It's in the arcade. I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah, there's this one where it's like I don't know. I see these ads like it's about like a girl getting dumped and like the guy just like dumps her and leaves her out in the cold with like a newborn baby. And then they have to like get in the house and get enough tokens. It's like Homescape or Extreme Makeover or some weird
Gardenscape. My wife is obsessed with that one.
that I don't
Daughter, like they sit there and they're like playing things out as they go. I'm like, this is a phone game. This should not require this much effort.
right.
You know.
Right. So like, yeah, because like I'm going, like I'll play Wheel of Fortune. I'm like, I need a shooting game. So I see ads for like there's Ebony and there was like a Last War, maybe some
Yeah.
Last War. Like the kind where like you're just shooting, like you guys like you're aiming at the right. I just want to shoot stuff for like 30 seconds and then call it. But then once you get done with all the shooting, you have to like now it becomes like building an area and or even like with was it Fishdom?
Oh yeah. Have you? So it's terrible to ask about the way that they present it, but have you heard of what's called a backbone? So you hook it
No.
up to your phone, and you can link up to your console.
No.
So if you've got a PlayStation or if you've got an Xbox, sorry, I just took a shower.
You can, that's fine. You could, it's very max headroom. It's great.
Oh, good. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happens is you have to install it on your phone, and then like you flip it into landscape, and then it actually is like the controller, but it like locks in on your phone, and then you play from your console. So if you really were into big shooting games where you get to mess around with stuff, I don't know. Have you ever played the Fallout series?
No, I mean, I'll look it up. It's in the App Store.
Well, Fallout's not on the App Store.
Okay.
If you have it on a console, you can access it
Okay.
on that. You can play it mobile wherever you want.
Okay. As modern as we have is my son's Switch. He has a Nintendo Switch. I don't know, but it's mainly he's basically cleaned off everything on the Switch so he could just make sure he has enough room for Fortnite.
Oh gosh, Fortnite.
I know.
Those kids, their Fortnites and their.
I wrote a song about it. If I had the wherewithal, I would probably record it. It's it's quite a thing. But the money they've made off us. Yes, we're putting Fortnite's kids through college.
Well, my kids are obsessed with Minecraft.
Right. Well, yeah, that's the thing. That's the precursor.
I love there's a meme out there that said in the 1920s we took the kids out of the mines. In 2020, Minecraft was the #1 seller. The children yearn for the mines.
Yeah, I was hired during COVID to be Steve from Minecraft. There was a virtual party for like 6-year-olds or 7-year-olds, and they sent me the Steve costume, and I wore it for like 45 minutes on Zoom doing stuff for them, and they liked it. I did well, and I even still have the costume just because, like, I think it's fun to once in a while just.
My son is obsessed with Minecraft, Steve, right now.
Okay.
He has a Lego minifigure, and he falls asleep with it every night. You know how hard it is to find that thing when it falls under his bed?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Does it cause a tantrum sometimes? Yeah. Toys do that. Toys will do that. The smallest toy broken in the smallest place.
Yeah.
Anything will do that.
Well, luckily, being a veterinarian, I've gotten really good at fixing stuff I probably shouldn't be able to.
Nice.
Once you try to surgically correct a rabbit, you can pretty much stuff. I will argue and I will challenge anybody. I am the best rabbit plastic surgeon in the state of Nebraska.
I want memes of like rabbits with Botox. I want like plush, like collagen filled rabbit lips. That's a special animal cosmetology. That's a whole industry.
Yep, I do that. I've been really good at the reparative surgery. So I used to work for a vaccine manufacturer, right? And they keep rabbits on site. Well, you can't keep the rabbits in individual cages. They're all group house. So you have like 18 of these giant New Zealand rabbits in this room. I got in trouble because I said we needed to paint it in pastels and really give them that Easter motif. But but they would fight. They were female rabbits, and they set up a hierarchy, and like the hierarchy is intense. So like I can put back together rabbit eyelids, ears,
oh my God,
rear ends.
Oh my gosh, Lord! So like Lord of the Flies, but Lord of the Bunnies.
Yes. Yeah. Oh gosh. Oh.
Okay.
And the sound rabbits make.
It's horrible. I mean, I had a dog. Do you like how people just randomly tell you their pet history right when you tell them you're a vet?
Well, so I get two things depending on where I'm at. They'll tell me automatically like their pets and things like that. Or they'll tell me how much a vet has screwed them over or killed their pet. Or when I was at Iowa State and I wore like a Nebraska shirt because I'm from Nebraska, people would come up to me. They'd be like, "I hate Nebraska." I was like, "What?" Yeah. There's between the states.
There is a rivalry. I knew I used to work for Boomer Esiason Foundation, and their president, like, he went to Nebraska, and there's a trophy named after him, the Remington Trophy, because Dave Remington was an offensive lineman, and I think it's like for the best college center. He give out. So of the trophy?
Yep.
No way.
Nebraska football is like a religion.
Yeah.
So I followed, but like on game day,
the
stadium is the third largest city in the whole state. Like there are more in that stadium there are in every other city except for Lincoln. The stadium's in Lincoln, and I'm like 3 miles from the stadium. So if I got to go all the way around.
Do you like the college football energy? Because like we just had the first weekend of it.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
got
we don't start till Saturday.
you don't
But
start to that. So I guess they had like the week 0 they called it, I
yeah,
guess.
so if you come to Lincoln, come hang out with me and I'll take you downtown. You can wear whatever team you want and people will throw you a beer and be like, "Hey, yeah, come on, it's gonna be a good time."
Nice.
Like I remember we were playing Ohio State and there were guys that were like, "Oh, we're so great." And some of the guys that were out there tailgating were like, "Yeah, whatever. Hey, you want a beer?"
I would wear like fictional. I have an Al Bundy football jersey, or I have the Water Boy, the Bobby Boucher
Yeah.
football jersey. I think
That,
those do well. Thank you,
that,
Timu.
see, I only have one Husker jersey and it's Kenny Bell.
When was he?
He graduated in 16. He was a crazy wide receiver. He would just do insane stuff. Giant afro though.
Yeah.
He was great.
Nice. Okay, I want to now get back to pets now. So you have what's your pet history?
Oh, I'm all over the place. I mean, most vets are. So like right
Yeah.
now, I have a rescue dog, and we've been dealing with thunderstorms, so I have to keep him pretty well set.
Oh yeah.
Well, he was abandoned twice before I got him.
Oh my gosh.
He was locked outside twice. Well, for the first 9 months of his life, in July for the most part during a heavy thunderstorm season, and in Nebraska, celebrate the 4th, and you don't have PTSD, you didn't celebrate the 4th.
Right,
So
right.
deathly afraid of it.
Right.
So he's not usually like I'm in my home office, which is also our guest room. Usually he's like literally right next to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have that dog.
Uh-huh.
But growing up, when I was a kid, let's see here, I had turtles, an iguana, ferrets, cat.
Okay.
Obviously like hamsters, those kinds of things, toads, frogs.
Mm-hmm.
My sister had a hedgehog. Trying to think if I had anything else crazy. Yeah.
Did you really like the movie Ace Ventura?
Yes. I mean, who didn't?
Okay.
I still actually, so I work with a lot of veterinarians, and like somebody mentions certain things, I always send animated GIFs like in official emails. Like state veterinarian for the state of Nebraska gets very tired of some of my emails because I'll like send him like weird animated GIFs of stuff.
Right.
So
that's awesome. So yeah, because I had a rescue dog, I think, because he was always under our bed for like forever, like anything, fireworks, everything. And now, like begrudgingly, I mean, I have a couple of cats. They're fine, but it was not by choice, but by compliance. So, but I don't know. For me, they seem to be, I don't know. I guess some cats aren't chronically like sneezing and sneezing against the wall or throwing up like every few days.
Well, so is it green stuff or anything like that coming
No, they're
out?
like they're throwing out. No, they're if they're throwing up, it's because they ate their food too fast.
No. When they sneeze, are they putting a whole lot of goo?
It's white. It's like there's all this like stuff on our walls, like right near where the cat stuff is. So it's like is it like an orange color or?
I can't diagnose anything.
No, you don't have to.
I don't think I'm licensed in your state.
No, that's okay.
Patient, but it's usually
pretend you're talking about me.
No, the cats, but usually that's very, very indicative of, and most people you say this to them, like, what? Feline herpes virus.
That makes sense.
So yeah, herp is different in all the species.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, they had I think they had ringworm their first weeks of their lives. There was a delay getting them.
Yeah.
They probably had some.
I just dealt with a patient, so I'll do freelance work.
Yeah.
Like Banfield clinics, like in PetSmarts and stuff, like to have me come weekends.
Yeah.
Like I'll at least once a month if I go. Well, I usually go like twice a month, but
yeah.
Like one of the 2 times I help out, there's someone's like, my cat's got ringworm. I'm like, I don't know about that, buddy.
Amazing. Yeah, but we're like, they're like halfway through their lives, so they're doing all right. I think they're very gentle.
Well,
gentle creatures.
I'm gonna live to like 30 just to spite you.
I'm that's sands of time. So I guess we'll just have to see.
So yeah, that's kind of the experience for me with animals. I deal with a lot of weird ones.
Going back to let's go back to nerd culture then.
Okay.
So we went over video games. Are there TV shows, like series TV shows, movies that define, like, would you go to like a Comic-Con, or would you dress up at a Comic-Con? Have you gone to a
I
Comic-Con?
go to a Comic-Con, but I think that if I tried to dress up, I'd make it so obscure people would be like, eh, or
Yeah.
I'd so big I would spend like, a quarter of my life savings doing it.
Would you
So
be like the person in Halloween that would like dress up as a concept?
then you could do that really cheaply. Like,
Yeah.
with Halloween's kind of our game anyways. So like
Yeah.
first year of lockdown, I was like, well, kids need to get candy, but we need to socially distance. And my
Right.
dog, no other. So I go
Right.
up on my roof and I made a chute out of PVC pipe that I fling candy down. Well, so like the first year, like, oh, okay, that's great. Then the next year, we're like, okay, things are kind of coming down. We'll just have
Yeah.
people. Like 2 months before Halloween, I was out in the front yard working on something, and someone comes up and they goes, "So what are you doing this year?" I was like, "For Christmas?" They're like, "No, you did the candy shoot. What are you going to do this time?" So I had to keep upping the game. So the
Yeah.
first year I did that with I dressed up as the Mandalorian. So I actually
Nice.
got a fake version of the helmet, and then as you can kind of see, I'm wearing like a novelty Mario hoodie.
That's awesome.
I got a Mandalorian hoodie, and then my son was, oh my god, I can't even think of the timeline. He was 2 at the time, so I already had a Baby Yoda kind of like toy that was in
Mhm.
his that he liked, and I put that down, and it made sound whenever the candy hit the bucket.
Mhm.
Um, so he really liked that one, and then he dressed up as Baby Yoda for that year too. Um, and then the next year he was Spider-Man, so I had to do a Spider-Man theme. So I had a giant spider thing, and I actually have a Spider-Man hoodie. Um,
Nice.
after the first year with the Mandalorian, though, if you're drinking beer on your roof at night, no masks because you lose visibility.
Right.
One little like, oh god, and you're kind of like, so yeah, I've stuck with the hoodies, but not the helmets and the masks. And then
Yeah.
this last year was Mario Brothers.
Mhm.
So I upped the game. I actually had someone 3D print me a warp pipe from Mario, and then the
Whoa.
kid flew into that. And then I got a basically it's a Bluetooth speaker, and I went on YouTube and I found that they had just a video of all the music from the original Mario Brothers. I put that
Mhm.
on, so it was just playing there the whole time.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
year we're Ghostbusters. So
it's a good setup. Oh, then have you been watching all the Ghostbuster movies, like the new ones?
we've been trying to, but I got my son addicted to the old like 80s cartoon. So he's like,
No way. Okay.
you can only watch it on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
They used to have it for free on Amazon, but yeah. So yeah, Halloween's a big thing around here. But sorry, back to the defining nerd stuff. Oh my
Yeah.
god. So like
What?
if I had to say watch a series right now, oh, that's tough. So I'm really watching a lot of anime just because I'm
Okay.
a nerd.
Yeah.
There's everybody's heard of it. Kimetsu no Yaiba or Demon Slayers.
Okay. I don't have no idea.
Oh, it's great. Like the storyline is incredible. The one downfall that kind of happens with some of those is they get the waifu, and it's like I don't
Yeah.
need animated girls with big chests and all.
Right.
Usually the storyline's great, but it's just kind of like it's very annoying kind of fan service to the people
Yeah.
that. But you kind of just have to take the good with the bad. Kind of like when you
Yeah.
watch, I don't know, what was it? They changed out. Like I remember when I was really little in Roseanne, they changed out one of the daughters, and it was like, oh
That's right. They changed Becky. No, was it Becky? I don't. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
I just remember because she went on to be Elliot Reed on Scrubs.
Right.
But yeah, so like that would be one I would definitely recommend. Otherwise, if you really like just irreverent, like anti-hero, crazy comedy stuff
Yeah.
on a game, Chainsaw Man,
Okay.
which is exactly what it sounds like, but not quite.
Yeah, I feel like you describing anime sounds like me describing wrestling to people. Like it's the storyline, but you gotta suspend your disbelief a little bit. But
Well, it's got a lot of action and
right.
But
Yeah.
the other thing too is if people are watching anime, they're not out there, booting black tar heroin. So
Oh, that's good. That should be their commercial.
yeah, I know.
We're better than the tar.
Well,
okay.
that South Dakota's tourism thing. I don't know if you've ever seen that. They
No.
have these billboards across the state of South Dakota, and their tourism slogan is "Meth, we're on it."
Oh no.
I'm dead serious.
Oh,
Meaning
no.
problem, but the way they.
Oh, they're handling the problem, or they're
Yeah.
like, we're gonna make an industry out of it.
I'm sure it's a little bit of both. If you
Okay. Yeah, if it's like with California probably and like legalizing stuff, so they'll probably we'll make it work for both sides, or
Yeah, yeah. Gosh,
we'll just tax the heck out of it.
South Dakota won't tax anything, but then they'll accuse everybody else of stuff.
That's true. So you kept wanting to share with me your text messages, your spam, because I guess you saw my spam whispering, which I guess I should have, like, this is where I should like plug my book. But either way, it doesn't matter. Spam whisperer, you have your own. So here's the backstory. I wrote a book where I just got random text messages on Wheel of Fortune or on my phone, and you did as well. And you brought the pain. So let's try this. So
so the whole reason it got started for me was my sister's house. Somehow, well, my sister also for some reason decides to use my phone number for things.
yeah,
So I'll get calls from like political campaigns, but then
right,
calls asking to buy her house that she sold 3 years ago.
right.
And even
So,
before she was ready to sell it, they were like, "Are you interested in the property here, here, and here? We'll
so
give you a."
so let's break this down. We're gonna do a few of these. So here's
Okay.
one. Let's break this one down, and then let's do it this way. How can we do it where it's like, yeah, in the middle of us? So we got something saying, Shirley, are we golfing? I've gotten stuff like that. Shirley, are we golfing this next weekend? And then you say, well done. You already got the airplane line in there. So it's already a winner. Right. Because sometimes I'll go up to random people and be like, good luck. We're all counting on you. And sometimes it stresses them out. Like, or I just like to answer random people. But then they always bail. Why do they always say sorry, wrong number when they know they intentionally did that? And
Well, so I actually read something about this, and they call it pig or hog butchering. So they try to start accidental conversation, but then they try to engage you.
Right.
So after they've engaged you, they're like, "Well, hey, we want to try to develop a relationship." And then as they take time developing it, they're eventually able to kind of con you out of thousands of dollars.
Wow.
So, and I guess there's like, it's kind of an international, like, I don't know, crime ring, but like some of the people doing it are being held against their will. So I'm hopefully making the joy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, no, it's
well,
horrible.
people are captured right now, being forced to do this stuff.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, let's look at the next one. Let's see. Here's another one. Let's put this one in the middle. Now, this person is this the house someone used to live in?
Yeah, this is my sister's house, or was.
Yeah. And then you went straight into it. Like, now, does that like overwhelm them? Does that overwhelm them when you come back, or they're willing to read that?
Sometimes they are. I know one time this got blocked because I offered a guy to send him an inappropriate genitalia fact for an animal day. And then I started telling him about a story about, I think it was Thumbless Henry, and how he comes to state prison because he like abducted like a bus full of nuns, and he had his hands up a rod saying he had a grenade.
Well, that sounds like another anime plot, but either way.
that was thank God we reached you or something like that.
Something like that. So let's see if we can find the next one. I got two more of these. Let's grab this one. Boom, we got this one here. Yes, this. Okay, so this is the one where it's like, hi, Charity Mario here. They know you're not Charity.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw all the ones. Like, if you try to click on it, it actually goes outside of the chat, and it actually is a full-on like text thing. I really went in on it with this one.
Oh yeah, I mean, I got like 18 I know, I got 18 photos from you. It's just like, which of these can I? But it was like a whole, like, manifesto. It was good.
Yeah, I was like, I'm worried about our little tete-a-tete and things like that.
But it's the same property. And then, like, one thing I tried to do recently is they were offering me a business opportunity. I'm like, okay, you just need to fill out my application to be able to contact me about this business opportunity. And they're like, are you interested or not? Look, I can't answer that until you fill out the application to offer me the opportunity so I can get back to you about this opportunity. So I like to be a little meta and layer it.
I like to so if I get the phone calls, like if I'm like, oh, doctors are going to call me or something, and if it's from the same area code, I'll answer it. Usually, not today, Satan, and just ignore it. But so I got one call from a guy, and they were like, yeah, is this Mr. O'Neill? I was like, this is Dr. O'Neill. Yeah, Mr. Doctor, I went to. I was like, hold on. Stop you right there. I'm a highly trained professional. If you're going to talk to me about any solicitation, I'm going to need you to pay me $325, and I need to have an address where I can send the bill because I require at least 2 hours up front for what my hourly rate is.
That's what you got to do.
Oh, no, he said, oh, no. This isn't a solicitation. This is a fair market offer. I was like, hold on. I understand that English isn't your first language, but that is literally the definition of solicitation, unless you think I'm like a prostitute, in which I really have to up my price. And then he hung.
Yeah. The thing about this, some of these messages, like they know your name. Like that's a lot of, I feel like they're contacting you by like your first name.
Well, data leaks and everything else.
Yeah, like I know. I just put a, because of the big national breach.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
So, I mean, there's, living in fear on that, or,
yeah.
Kind of where I try to go.
Yeah. I mean, as long as I never get contact with them, like knowing my name or anything, but I mean, my number's out there somewhere, so it's fine. It's just, again, all the political texts you get and all kinds of stuff. But let's see. So check out one more. This is another one.
Yeah.
Now they got your name.
Yep.
And they're like, and then they know where you are because you're in Lincoln-ish.
Yeah.
Even though I guess Lincoln and Omaha are like an hour and a half from each other.
Depending on where you're at, only like 45 minutes.
Oh, okay, nice.
They've spread out pretty big.
Doesn't matter where I fly in. I think I flew into Omaha.
Yeah, cheaper to fly into Omaha than
Lincoln. Yeah. Lincoln was too much.
I live like 5 minutes from the airport in Lincoln. I can come pick you up if you come in.
I'll keep trying to harass them. I haven't gotten many Nebraska leads in recent years, but I still want to go to. I think I went to Kearney one. No, I went to Hastings College one time. I think in Nebraska.
Did you go to the Kool-Aid Museum?
Which museum?
Yeah.
Which museum?
The Kool-Aid Museum.
Kool-Aid. Oh, yeah. Okay, good.
It is also where they have the Midwest Bigfoot Festival in February. So.
Okay. And then we got. So this is one I find by houses, and you're just like a number, huh? Okay. Yeah, because I
thing of Al Pacino yelling about the price of bananas.
Right. I had a good reaction to one. I don't know if you saw it when they contacted me about whatever, and I did the speech from Taken.
Yeah.
I gave them that, and I changed the last word instead of kill to tickle.
Yeah.
So that did well.
It would have been better if you put an animated GIF of Elmo.
Well, that's the thing. Do we know? Because sometimes I feel like it says some text message. Sometimes I'm getting iMessages. So usually it's still text messages. So I feel like if I try to call them back, they never answer.
Yep.
And if I text them back, I don't know if they see emojis. I guess they can send photos.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like, oh, hey, I'm from this and yada yada.
Yeah, and it's always like, why always like this Asian girl who's like a porcelain doll. And then meanwhile, I send back like a photo of Beetlejuice from Howard Stern, and then I find out they're racist. So that's where that went.
See, I like to go like full, like I like to play with what they say. I don't know if you saw the one where they're like, "Hey, can you deliver our Chanel cake at this time?"
Yes.
I found I have a guy who's like naked, but he has like legs up on the mirror and his head's covering his butt, so you can't see anything.
Right.
And yeah, if we come before 5, this is what our delivery driver looks like. I'm like, what? I was like, oh, I got the wrong area code. This is what it really is. And it's a chihuahua with a syringe and needle in its mouth.
Oh my gosh. I think I did see that one. I already I don't want to take the time to crop those, but they're good. We're going to throw them in to the collage. Yeah. I just wonder, I guess though. So you're saying a lot of them, they're against their will. They're just going through data breach numbers.
Yep.
And trying to extort what they can for their captors.
Yeah. I don't know that all of them are. I just know that there's like,
that is a subset.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you ever watched like where they get back the, oh my gosh, I can't think of the name of it, but like there's a guy, his name is like Pierogi. Like he goes out and he finds these people that are getting people's information, and he comes back and messes with them. And like, there's other groups that go out and they like try to hack into those groups.
Yeah.
It's a whole subset. That's the only reason I know. I probably on the spectrum because I learned something and I'm like, I need to find out every weird, minute detail about this as possible.
It's all about that first message. Do they seem like it's more than just hello, how are you?
Yeah.
If they already give you the story, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm really getting into it, though. I do like messing with the real estate people. There was one guy who actually replied back. He said, "That's probably the second best thing I've ever gotten back," and I
Yeah.
just kind of felt hurt because I was like, "Who did better?
Yeah.
Where can I
Yeah.
find? I have to
Yeah.
up my game."
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, this is good. I now know you're a vet, and I now know that we never met, but maybe that will change one day.
Oh yeah, well
Yeah.
I go some places like for work. I was this last year. I was in Fort Collins. I was in DC.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
Awesome.
weird.
Oh, no. No, it's your job. I don't know if it's weird to travel.
Yeah, no, I'm one of those weird infectious disease specialists. You want to know anything about that? I can go off on a tangent.
Yeah. Maybe for the sequel.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll
If you
see.
really
We'll
want
see.
to, we can talk about Oropouche virus and how it's been coming up more often in humans in the United States.
What's Oropouche virus?
Sloth fever.
Okay.
That just answered everything, right?
Yeah. Yep. We can figure that out.
Except for you really have to go by a favorite virus that's underappreciated. I would have to argue it's Crimean Congo hemorrhagic fever.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, what's your favorite?
My favorite fever or
Just
my favorite
favorite random obscure virus.
virus? I don't know. I'd have to go through the CDC schedule to see. I don't know. I have no idea.
You know, bourbon virus is a newer one.
Okay. Oh, that's new. Sounds trendy.
We've just been finding more and more of them. Ticks are getting worse.
Yep. Yep.
Like ticks or not, you might be arachnid. Yep. Not my game. Sorry, I mean, totally hijacked that with virus.
Yeah. It's fine. There's plenty more viruses in our future, I feel like. So who knows?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Mr. O'Neill. I'm gonna kick you out, but in a way, I kicked you in.
Well, hopefully I didn't derail you too much. If there's ever any time you want to talk about any other weird stuff you ever see pop online, let me know. And
yes. Yes, awesome. All right. Cool.
Okay.
Well, thanks so much. We're fire this out. Brothers will be happy. And if you run into Nick Smith, say hi.
I think he just had his third kid. So yeah, okay. I have to go wrestle. His wife actually ran track with my wife in high school.
No way. Awesome. Cool.
So closely tied to some degree.
Yep. Yep. All right. All right. So see you soon then.
Yep. We'll